Because it's always good for podcasts when you get like big talking points, isn't it? So we got the album from Drake for all the dogs. I don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that again. Don't embarrass me, bro. Look what he did. Before the company, man barked again. You know, he's moving like my man from Fair Play.
Chill. Oh like I show speed or some shit.
That's a rough.
It's for the Pups.
Everyone's.
That's it, bro. Yeah, this ain't for the XL bullies. This album ain't for them.
Get out my face.
Yeah, it ain't for them.
So everyone's listening to the album
for the French Pugs.
No,
Chris, you didn't listen.
you don't know how I feel about Aubrey.
The fact you keep calling him man Aubrey is crazy.
Yeah,
His name.
Can you refer to him by his stage name, please? It's Drake.
yeah. But did he not give Aubrey energy?
I don't know what Aubrey energy is. That's
Drake,
the thing.
like that. Anyway, it's about the music.
Think of anyone that you know. Are they called Aubrey?
I've not met a man, woman, or child called Aubrey.
It's just
That's
like
actually crazy. I don't know anyone else
Aubrey.
called Aubrey.
Anyway, back to the music.
The album come out
For the dogs.
for all the dogs, and I'm like, okay, almost an hour and a half long.
23 songs.
Like, rah.
Didn't expect that. I can't lie.
The last couple albums have been long though.
They
If
have.
you look at CLB, Her Loss,
They have.
and because Drake can sit in different pockets.
But then this is the reason why I thought that let's go back to, bringing it a little bit more in or focused.
The last short album he had was Dark Lane demo tapes. Obviously, that's more like a mixtape, innit?
Yeah, the energy wasn't the same when it dropped. It wasn't.
Throwaways
It wasn't.
again.
It wasn't promoted as like an album.
It was COVID tape,
Like,
innit?
Yeah, have this.
I think the last More Life was long as well.
Honestly, Nevermind was the last.
Oh
solo.
yeah. Oh, I even forgot about that.
The dance thing.
The dance thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even forgot about that. Damn.
Do you know what I mean?
He's
So
released a lot of music. That's the
yeah.
thing.
So there's been a lot of. This has been like his questionable era. Although like he's going to be successful, he's going to be uber successful. That is like something that we always have to take out of the conversation. Talking about output at this point.
But people that their rebuttal when you say, "Oh, the album ain't great," ain't all these things. But when he's breaking all these numbers, these records, how can the thing not be good if everyone seems to be enjoying it?
Because
I'm just saying that's what they would say as a rebuttal.
yeah, because obviously like one thing that he's always going to do, he's going to provide you with something to sing and dance along to.
Yeah.
He's mastered that. Like
Yeah.
that's the reason why there's that stat where he's one away from beating Michael Jackson. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there are new streaming rules that,
Yeah. And also collaborations as well count.
Yeah. So a lot of the collaborations are on there, but it's his USP.
Yeah.
Like certified hit maker. Like you're gonna get that from Drake. So then he's managed to always like be at the top of the conversation whenever he drops.
Yeah.
This time though, there was a lot of talk around this album. Obviously, like he's been on tour whilst they're just finishing up the album and stuff. So he's talking a lot more about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, album's out in 2 weeks. 2 weeks comes, doesn't drop.
Yeah.
It's meant to come out in like August as well.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, so then there's anticipation around that as well. Because it was alluded that, he's going to rap more.
If you call the album For All the Dogs, like I'm expecting bars, innit? Maybe that's my fault, but it's not a wild assumption to make.
No, it's not a wild assumption to make. And I had that assumption until I heard the song with SZA that he dropped. And I was just like,
but you were always, maybe not as a lead single, but you're always going to get that version of Drake on the album.
Yes.
He's never going to give you completely full rap because he can't do that. Like,
but even that as well, that single makes sense because SZA's having a moment, if you want to call it like that, with her last album. And she's super hot, super popular right now. So I'm not saying he's a leech, but he knows how to attach himself to other people.
Of course.
He knows how to attach himself
100%.
in order to benefit his.
And if you're an
like,
artist, are you going to turn down a Drake feature?
Like he's got Central
course.
C on a death row contract at the moment. And I see
Steady.
Central C out there.
Steadily.
Steadily.
It's in the OVO dungeon, yeah?
He got the OVO chain the other day and that, man. Not too much on Central, right?
Yeah, I mean...
No, I love Central, by the way. I really like Central.
Some people were shocked that we didn't see him on the album as well.
I thought like that would have been too obvious.
I don't know. Even if it would have been, like I think he would have done it anyway if there was a song that was right for it. I just don't understand why they... I get it from a monetary standpoint, and I know that he's got a huge contract to fulfill, but it's still like this isn't like someone that is inspired anymore. Like,
but then what's that cliche saying? I always heard him say say it in boxing circles. It's hard to get up and train when you sleep in silk pajamas, and I think that's what that is.
It's true.
We made reference earlier, so I was checking before we came here. Since 2020 up to date, this is 5 projects in 3 years, basically, just over 3 and a bit years. Of course, add COVID tax. That's probably elevated it. But you got that new contract. We don't know the true ins and outs, the fine details, the terms and conditions, but the assumption is you got probably one of the best deals, if not the best deal out there, after having maybe a shitty or shittier deal when you started off in Young Money, Cash Money, maybe got Lil Wayne in your pocket, Cash Money, so Birdman in your pocket, and then the big label itself. Now you're going direct to the label. Do you think you can come going direct to the label? The average recording contract is 5 to 7 albums. He's fulfilling his obligation. I'm giving you 5, and if I've got all this money now and got all the money up front, and I've been recording, we're always recording music. We've got these guys in the OVO sweatshop. They were constantly recording music. I can kind of get this out quickly, and I'm notorious for like releasing projects every year and a half, 2 years. It's kind of my bag, isn't it? So it's going to be hard to. It's the business is what's kind of maybe sucking the joy and like the drive out of it, where we're not getting what we would have got on like Nothing Was the Same or Take Care. Well, I've got more of a point to prove. I've proven my point. I am the numero uno, even though not everyone might not like it. He is though.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you know, there's like, I'm not gonna say that there wasn't any like positives to come from the album. I feel like it was very well produced, but
you got all that bread. It should though. It should be.
Yeah,
I don't even give you credit for that. I know it sounds harsh, but I don't.
No, it's true.
It's true, but like we've seen people that have things at their disposal, and they're not they might not pick the right beats.
Of course, yeah.
And the thing is that he picked some really good beats, but he's just done the wrong thing with them, and that's very unlike Drake to me.
All right, can we start with the things we don't like, or can we get the hate off early?
Let's get the hate
stuff
off.
we don't like. The song with Yeet, delete.
So do you know what's crazy?
All of that. All of that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
So for the first time I saw Yeet was at Wireless because I was working this year, and I was like, I don't actually know who my man is. I've never seen him before, but I've never ever in my life seen people react to that guy in the way they reacted for Yeet. I was like, oh, this is a world that I genuinely do not understand. And before I came here today, I was just looking at the numbers because I follow this account on Twitter, and apparently that song with Yeet is the most streamed song on Spotify since the album dropped. Yeah. Every single day. I think it's getting like 4 million plays every couple of hours. That is
because they knew to tap into that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So on one hand, we from an artistic point don't like the song sonically or whatever it is that we don't like about it. But on the other hand, you've got people that are still streaming this song because of Yeet, because of Drake, because of the moment. So it's like, how do you balance artistry with, but it's still getting numbers? And I think that's where it conflates the two.
Think about like back in time where like, I don't know, Nothing Was the Same dropped, right? And then you had things like Worst Behavior and
Worst
from Time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was like one of the moments where like people were like, he's actually solidified.
I think then Mama still had more of a point to prove.
But he wasn't even chasing anything. He wasn't doing anything like that.
But he still had a little hunger in his belly, and it's something that he needed to get off his chest.
I guess, and that was the Drake that wanted to prove like all his peers wrong. Yeah, and I feel like he still has a little bit of a hunch on his back in that regard, where like he still remembers how a lot of them man used to try and little bro him all the time. Yeah, when he's like, "Raw, you man need me." But now like it's mixed with like a weird like I'm a gangster now Drake, which I don't like.
But money does make you a gangster though. I'm not talking about like it being right or wrong. It just is what it is. If I'm now the guy at my ends and I have 10 million, we saw what happened to 6ix9ine. You can order the hit. You can make grown men who are certified outside, like it's people true, who have no stain in their character, go and do stupid things because you got the money.
Yeah.
Now the presentation, it comes across a little bit corny, but bro, Nicks get money and like think they're bad. It's not new, bro.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he alludes to it in this album as well. But he's like the theme of this album. He was just hating on the women that he was dealing with.
But you know what I don't like about some of that stuff here is this is nothing new from my man. What it is he doesn't have the bangers to mask it. So now they have to be held accountable where like before, when the bangers were there enough, you kind of firm it. Because
You're saying that people chose to ignore what he was saying.
Bro, if your music...
beat was hitting a little too hard.
If your music slaps enough, you can get away with damn near everything. We've seen it in music
And
history.
there was a little bit of like...
Yeah.
A little bit of innocence. Like in his earlier...
Also as well, he was naming random women. Whereas now, it's like anything, you're picking at people that we like as well. So I'm saying let's do the stuff we don't like on the album. So I didn't like the Yeet song. I don't know why he's dissing Rihanna.
Yeah.
Man said, and he didn't even try to make it cute. Man said, auntie. Nigga, just say her name, bro. We know what you're talking about. It's so bait. I don't know what's burning you. Because A$AP Rocky's over there and he got her, man. You wanted her.
And all of a sudden, like, the sex is average.
Yeah, we didn't need to know that, man.
It's giving, you know the guy that moves to go at the bus stop and she says, no, it's like your butters anyway. It's giving that energy.
I know what he played on. Obviously, she's got a song on Anti-Sex with Me. It's so amazing.
I actually listened to that today, you know. No word of a lie, yeah. I was listening to the album because I knew it was coming today. And I don't know why. I went and listened to Rihanna's album straight after it and I was like, nah, this is music. This is genuinely music. And I don't know what it is. There's a disconnect with Drake at the moment because we'll probably get into it, the whole JoeBudden thing and the conversation around that, because you've got people that want him to spit because they know that he can spit and they know that he's got things to say, but then you've got the other side of things where you've got the young people that want to listen to Yeet and want to listen to the Central C's of the world. And I think what I've realised is Drake is not playing the game that everybody else, the old heads, want him to play. He's still trying to be... How old is Drake again? Like 30?
37 in a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
He's still trying to tap into that younger audience, that TikTok market, whatever.
If they're the ones that are spending the money, they're the ones that are streaming, I'm not mad at it. And the thing with I know Vans is going to go, the thing with the old head thing, and I get it, but the problem with that is when you're Drake, you still always have to control your image, your name, your narrative. So if you then go and give us the 14 song, not 14 song album, which is straight bars, it's not going to do numbers, all the other stuff with the melody. And then your numbers drop off and the perception of you is that you're falling off. But we'll be happy because we got what we wanted. But unfortunately, our demographic is smaller than the mass. And you're Drake, you still want to protect you being Drake. And you've also shown, it's like if you've got new sounds, he's tapped into dance, he's tapped into Afro beats. He went and did dance. Like Drake can do loads of things. He tried to do this, he's done stuff with Bad Bunny. When you do all of that, and you know, you also probably have more data to disposal than the guys back in the day. You know what sounds are making sense. So you're gonna jump in them pockets because it's gonna make you stream more.
It's just business, like,
and I think that should be the theme of the conversation.
It's just business.
It's all business.
It is. But I just hate how, you know, someone like him has to compromise that even at that level where he's become a slave to it in a sense. Is
it compromise or is it just moving like boxing clever?
Because if anything, I feel like his hits on Take Care are a lot more mature than his hits are now.
Bro, do you know what's mad? I've been listening to the album consistently since it come out, Scorpion's a better album than this. And that got some mixed reviews. That has Nice for What on it. That has Ratch Happy Birthday.
And I didn't like that album.
That even has
with
Jaded. And I hate the content of that.
No, Jaded is amazing.
But in terms of like you bearing him bearing his soul and actually addressing things, Sandra's Rose. Like,
he
had proper ones on there compared to this. Because what I was saying earlier about like not having the bangers, also the biggest moments on this album, J. Cole's verse.
Best verse.
He's probably got the best verse on the album. You don't have the best verse on the album.
J. Cole had Donny in the corner of the ropes
on the whole album,
and Chubbs was in the corner begging him to stop.
Please, that's my bro.
But J. Cole with features is just a cheat code, man. It's an absolute cheat code because that man, he's still my favorite rapper to this day.
He's on a mission at the moment. Like in terms of bars, like he's out of the free.
Yeah.
He's the one at the minute.
I don't think you really even have Kendrick on the conversation because he's not as active as the rest of the other two, innit? When he decides to jump in the middle and skank, you can really look at him.
Can I ask a question though?
Go on.
Can somebody explain to me, and I'm being genuinely serious, right? Yeah. What is Lil Yachty's purpose?
I don't understand that one.
For the longest time, maybe I'm a hater. I don't know what it is. I've tried to listen to his music. I just don't.
No, what's the song when he does the mad walkout and then the beat drops?
Oh, what? Wireless.
That's the video though.
That was a moment.
No, but I've gone to this song. The song isn't like like some stuff that isn't for me. I can still appreciate and I get why the kids like it, innit? Yeah. So I'm not necessarily all the way tapped into Yachty's music, but he's got that song. I'll find the name of it. He's got a song with T Grizzly where he's floating a little bit. Like he's got the out to the walk to Poland. I was like,
Can people genuinely be honest with themselves? this music isn't good. I'm talking about Lil Yachty, not Drake. The music is not good. There's nothing.
Apparently his last album was like amazing. That's what I'm hearing.
I can't like. Am I going mad?
No. That's you also. Do you know what it is? Everything's not going to be for you because it'll turn you nuts. Because you can't like. If remember when we were growing up, some things that we liked, and older people were like, "What the hell is this?"
This is noise job.
Yeah.
All right, so
man, turn it
Drake
off,
has
man.
this theme, right, where they say timestamp Drake is Drake at his best, right?
Yeah.
We had 9 a.m. in Dallas. We've had 4 p.m. in
Calabasas.
We've had 5 a.m. in Toronto.
Yeah.
We've had
What was the Brutal Path one? That's 7 a.m.
7 a.m. in
Charlotte.
8 a.m. in Charlotte.
8 a.m. in Charlotte.
And we had 6 p.m. in New York.
Cold.
That one was cold.
Yeah.
Where does 8 a.m. in Charlotte fall? Because
below all of those.
Off.
It's a weird one to judge.
It might be the worst one, I think.
Do you know why?
For
Just
me.
because the visuals don't help us.
Get your son out of here. We don't want him.
What's that? Baby father and baby father hate over there. Man said,
Bro,
my
I was
daughter's
watching the video and I was like, bro, I was watching the video and I was just like,
don't do that to the little youth, man. Addy Don.
and then you're all over him like, nigga this, bitch that.
What the hair clippings about?
They say he's cosplaying Smino. So I don't know what that is about. Like, listen, everyone have your own artistic expression, but I don't get it. I don't know.
I didn't hate 8 a.m. in Charlotte. I think it's because that's the Drake that I like. Selfishly, that's the Drake that I like.
Yes.
Couple bars in there. There was like a Mike Tyson's reference in there as well. I was like, you know what? I'm okay with it. I didn't love it, but because I haven't heard that Drake for a while. I mean, he has released a lot of music, not since that 21 Savage album. That was the first time I was like, okay, cool. Now if the album's gonna sound like this, I'm excited. And then when I listened to the album, I was like, oh, okay, it sounds nothing like what I thought it was gonna be. I don't think it's worse.
The intro, like, really.
I wasn't mad at the intro.
I wasn't mad at the intro either.
I wanted him to.
You wanted to rap front on the intro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That beat, like,
Deserved rap bars.
Deserved bars.
Virginia Beach as well, reference to Pusha.
Yeah, and he's just
Pharrell.
crooning. I don't want to hear that, nigga.
What's his beef with Pharrell?
He's just at that
It's
position
just a Jason
now.
beef, innit? You're the guy next to the guy, innit?
Yeah. and he's at the point in his career where he can say stuff. Like, he's at that point where he can tell anyone, you can throw up your numbers and I can throw up mine.
And when you're Drake, you can get away with it because he's got numbers on the board.
Yeah,
He's
so
got multiple numbers on the board.
do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, man. There were parts of the album where I was just like,
Didn't like the Bad Bunny song.
I didn't like the Bad Bunny one.
So I'm so sorry. I
Oh,
tried to
you
give
did
the
listen
album
to
a
it.
go.
Okay, cool.
So in a playlist I was listening to, it came up and I said, do you know what? Self? Be open to things.
She said self.
I got about 11 seconds in and I said,
Wow.
turn this shit off, because you already know how I feel about cultural appropriation, Drake, and
Right.
it stank. And I said, turn this shit off, and I did.
But the thing is, when you're maybe a little bit like racially ambiguous, you can do like, he looks like he could be Latino, innit? Or Latino.
Okay,
Latino.
well,
Yeah,
okay.
so like,
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
so do you know what it is? I didn't necessarily love the singing in Spanish. I mean, that's what it is. So
I didn't even make it up.
Grip.
I'm looking at. I think I got up to
no, I made sure just because.
Slam You Out. That's
No,
what
also I like music in it, and I'll be honest, for the sake of this conversation, I've listened to this album a good few times to really try and dig into it, and like, we're leaving what I don't like in it, of course, but we'll get stuff we do like. I didn't like that, and as well because I feel like I know what that's done for. It's like we're tapping into that market. He's the biggest star and artist in that market. We want to make sure the streams, whatever. Then go and hit it out of the park if you're going to do the obvious thing, and then you don't then hit it out of the park. I'm like, it just felt like a waste, innit? Like some people don't like Slam You Out, and I get it. You've got SZA on a song, make the most of it. Because when Travis Scott does music with SZA, he doesn't waste it. You know, so like, and you're not gonna hit it out of the park all the
He
time.
produces it more
but
likely.
heavy is the head, innit? When you are of a certain level and you produce music that's so well received, I'm gonna ask and want more from you.
Yeah, it's the curse of a blessing and a curse of being.
Trust
great.
me, you don't want to be in the underground struggling artist phase. You don't want to be there.
Well, this is it. Like, I think that Drake and SZA,
Yeah.
in terms of their partnership, right now it's giving like You know when like Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fought, like they should have done it years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like when Drizzy was inspired, maybe like they would get into the studio and make something better than slime you out, because this is like something that is reminiscent of Drake's early stuff, but just not as good.
But you know what it is? You can't really focus when you walk around with all that ass.
That's
the new body. Remember, he dated her back in the day.
Yeah.
And what is the new body? And you're popping. Oh, come there, man.
Nah,
So annoying.
Nah, because like you told people I'm provoked.
Like
That we were dating. Like you didn't need to say.
But it's so funny. Those are the elements of Drake that we actually appreciate. Because now when we get this bit of Drake, we're like, oh, we didn't get more introspection. When it was given introspection, people were proper critiquing it.
Nah, that wasn't introspection in the way that he
unprovoked.
Like he just one line and that was it. And I was like, okay, cool.
But again, it's because we have a bullet, like we have a reference. When he's naming random girls and Hooters, we don't know these girls, innit? Because it's SZA.
Okay,
it's like,
great. That's even better. I didn't know who the hell Paris Morton was, bro.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's just like this slime you out. I thought, all right, let me listen to it in the flow of the album.
Yeah.
No difference.
So it doesn't, you know, sometimes people say, oh, it will make more sense when you listen to an album. It didn't have that effect.
Not for me. Not for me.
Are we viewing this album differently to how Drake intended? Because I remember there was one album that he dropped on Apple Music first.
Yeah.
Before it dropped on everywhere else. And he was like, yeah, this is a playlist.
Was that might be More Life?
More
Life, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's had this thing of, oh, it's not really an album, but we're calling it an album for the sake of what
that was more to his American audience.
Because it's like, oh, when you hear all these guys that aren't from America, don't judge it the same. Because what you do is like, oh, this ain't really my album, it's a mixtape. So if it doesn't do as well, it's like, it was just a mixtape.
More Life was a great album.
I actually enjoyed More Life.
More Life was cool, bro.
Great album.
Giggs got his moment, Skepta's got his moments on there, like, you know.
There's a 2 Chainz verse on that. I can't remember what song it is.
I don't know about
Sacrifice.
Yeah. Cold.
I said,
Fugger gets
2
them all
Chainz.
though.
Yeah, he was eating, man.
Yeah,
eating
like,
on that one.
So when something like this comes, like, and I know it's very early still.
Yeah,
and I will go back to the album.
Yeah,
but like the majority of Drake's albums, yeah, like I will still take away 6 where I'm just like, all right, cool, I have this on rotation. I can't pinpoint that amount of songs on this album.
Okay, so you take the song with J. Cole.
That's the only one I'm taking.
Yeah. Let's go, because I don't want, like, of course, if it was all crap, it's all crap, but I'm sure there are things on it that we do like, innit?
Do you know what?
I like Amen with Tizo Touchdown, because that verse on there, that singing, cold.
Yeah, Amen weren't bad.
Who's Tizo Touchdown?
My first time hearing that person as well.
I said, yo, this is vocals. I like 21 Savage a lot. I'm a big 21 Savage fan.
Yeah.
I didn't like Calling For You.
Wasn't my favorite verse, but I like Drake and 21 together. And when he comes to the UK, I need a ticket to that show.
November.
I need to be there. What?
I wasn't mad at Away From Home towards the back end of the album.
Yeah, where he's sending.
Yeah.
For Esmeralda Spalding.
Yeah, random for no reason.
Like the basketball.
No,
you heard Spalding?
Yeah.
Like, what? Who?
Ain't she like a jazz musician or something?
I think so.
Like,
Yeah. It just felt random, innit?
That
you know what
she
also?
won like a lot of Grammys one year and stuff. And like she was all like on Obama's playlist. He was like, "Who gives a fuck
if you're on Michelle Obama's playlist?" Because he said, "Oh, I won 4 Grammys, but I got nominated for like 100." Because you can be disgruntled. Like, even though I've got this commercial success, I've got all the money. That critical acclaim. See, in life, sometimes you can't have everything.
It's true.
LeBron James jumping out the gym, sexy wife, all this money, kids, hair finished.
Oh my gosh!
Like you can't have everything, bro.
I saw a man. His high top was empty in the middle.
What?
Huh?
Yeah.
What sunroof down?
He had a high top and it was empty in the middle.
It's like a little village in a
Crazy.
like,
Yeah.
the trees, the
sunroof
trees
down.
around
that.
I like he didn't hear it in the middle of winter.
You're so lucky.
Driving through Elephant and Castle.
Bear Mitchell and Ness.
minus 40.
I can't lie, when I went to America, I went to the barbers out there. I had to make sure I got the spray on the hairline because the hairline of mine was just. A bit
when the heat was just evaporating everything.
I can't lie, the barbers out there, they did their job. What?
Yeah. HD 4K and that
They
HDR
put like
OLED.
the face towel and everything. Man gave me a neck massage and everything.
That's all the fine visuals, bro. OLED.
Don't do that.
Protect on.
I don't let the fans do that. You got headphones as well. Don't let him get away with it because you can hear it loud and clear. Don't let him do that to you.
Clarity as well.
Triple C's.
Yeah, no, but Away From Home, I liked it. I liked how he was flowing on it. He was saying some shit where like, you know, he was basically reminiscing of like when he wasn't so popping, and then the final verse feels like, you know, he should have more. So he's like, you know, 4 Grammys, 100 nominations. Like, he's basically also saying on that verse, I'm the head of Universal.
Yeah, he's saying
Google it, like, yeah, it's saying Lucian
Granger, but like
I'm the one that's bringing.
No, but if you know you've kept the lights on, like, because they say, what was the stat in like the Toronto about like how much money Drake brings in regards to that tourism and stuff. When you know that like
60%
how much, how many
Canada's
artists
economy
don't make any money and they lose on money on them, but your presence is like, that's why you get all these. Like, you might say, Drake's a leech, but I also genuinely believe that behind the scenes they're like, please help us out with these artists. Like, go and do features here and there.
100%.
Like, I don't think it's just one-way traffic where it's like, oh my God, he's leeching on everything. No, I feel like can you please help us break this artist?
No,
But
definitely.
this is why he's sick, is because like he knows that even like he can say that, you know, like 2 Chainz, for example, obviously with no disrespect, 2 Chainz was like,
Titty Boy.
he was like, obviously he transitioned from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, Riding Around, I'm Getting It. That was like that regional.
Even before
smash.
that, he was on Duffel Bag Boy, Player Circle. With
but that was when he was Titty Boy. I'm talking about once he became 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Obviously, like he had
the True
stuff
Ninjas
that
on
was.
that,
But then when No Lie dropped, bro,
Transitioned into a whole other world.
do you know what
say
I'm
the
saying?
same with Migos as well.
Versace. He even says it on the album, like, you know, he made, you know, P some M's.
He did.
Quite a few.
Can help break your artist. And of course, some people could argue there was moving already and like, you know, they had momentum and stuff, but
when he breathes on it, it just.
But there's a couple misses in the catalogue as well. Who remembers Block Boy JV?
But that's for him though. That's
Look Alive.
95. Look.
Don't remember.
that was his.
I Love McConan.
Oh my
Going
God.
up on a Tuesday.
I can't believe what he looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Drake's fault, but it's interesting to see.
But it was all around the same time where he was
sticks,
he was doing that. He did it on the Fetty Wap thing as well. So it was just part of like
Georgia
him.
Smith to a sly.
But that was a business and pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what?
Jay didn't it?
Like all the criticisms that he's getting now is what he's been doing. This is not the first time that he's hated on, you know, someone that is with a woman that he used to know. Do you know what I'm saying? Jay did. He was hating on. He was hating on Georgia's boyfriend.
How does it feel to know the man you're with does the same thing as me, but it's way less wavy? That is top shelf hate.
Yeah,
and I don't even endorse it, but I kind of rate it because man's like, you took me to see your. He was like, why the fuck am I in Warsaw with your family and now we're not together?
Oh my gosh.
Drake in Warsaw is crazy.
Do you remember the photo of him in Co-op?
Yeah,
that was in Warsaw. Like he was with Georgia's family around. That's why he was down there.
Fear of heights.
Yeah.
Why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you? That can never be. God can't run me. Better him than me. Better it's not me.
Was that the one where he was
I'm anti.
Beat it. Is that song? Was that a different song entirely? Okay, that's a different song then.
Yeah, and the sex was average with you.
Sorry, I don't like.
I'm anti because I had it with you. I'm not, bro.
I can't.
I'm anti like your daddy's sister.
I can't co-sign a man that does that, man. Any sort of chatty patty business when it comes to whatever sexual.
Like you lost. You're the one that professed your love for her, and she was like,
But can we
still asking for the replay against Tottenham? Let it go, man.
No.
Let it go.
Yeah.
That's a Liverpool fan in the corner.
We'll lock off this one right now.
Hit him again. Whack him again.
Walk away with the equipment.
Man, put a roadcaster in his backpack.
Never walk alone. Never walk alone.
Hey, load up the jokes, man. More jokes, man. Load it.
Mute your mic.
But you know what it is though, yeah? Like, I don't rate it, and I'm sure a lot of people, listeners don't rate it, yeah? But it does speak to an emotion a lot of men have. There's a woman that you really wanted, and she's with this guy, and you're like, fuck that nigga, man. But men do feel like that.
Yeah, but...
Because we shouldn't be surprised. This is the guy that wrote Marvin's Room. It's just because we love Rihanna. You can't appreciate Marvin's Room and then get angry at this. He's always been this way.
He has. But the thing is that, like, if you're going to hate on the next Don, hate on the next Don.
But also there's an extra element of hate as well. I'm going to give you false conspiracy theory.
Like,
Eskimo Brothers is a real thing. Remember when Pusha T said to him, we saw you chose your Beyonce. The rumor is that who he really wanted is Rihanna. Because when you were the boy, you want the girl. Jay-Z went and got the girl. When Meek had Nicki, he's posting photos of him, Nicki, and Beyonce and Jay-Z at the award show. I've got my it girl. Drake didn't get his it girl. He ended up with Sophie Knows Better, and allegedly,
that's
he's
who I
Eskimo
thought
Brothers
he
with
meant, like as in
ASAP Rocky, Iman Shumpert, a few other guys with Homegirl. That's why he was up in the air and not necessarily wanted to claim her as the baby mum. That's why he hates him even more. Not only did you get my girl, you also allegedly
you revealed to the world that I'm having
laid down with my baby mum as well. So I hate you, ASAP Rocky.
But I love how unbothered they are about it as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you know when somebody pokes the bear, eventually the bear's just going to go, yo, big man, and start swinging. The two of them carrying on like nothing's even happening. Drake, who's the
We just
Drake?
have they got like 202 in it. Like they don't care. And if ASAP smart, breed it again.
They are living life.
Shoot up. Bang bang.
While I'm here, I want to say ASAP Rocky is the best smelling man in the entire industry.
Okay.
The best smelling individual in the industry completely. Sorry, I know that's crazy.
So we have a community, the Real Nigga Alliance. Yeah. They would like to know, how many men have you smelt?
How much time you got?
Man's nuzzling on necks and then oh my god, Creed.
Nah, you're taking dapping up to a new degree.
No, but you know when you dap someone up and you're like, oh, this brother smell good.
No, that's good, man. Let's give our man them compliments and that, but it's good for the jokes, isn't it? So
no, I hear it, man. Content after content, you get me?
no, I'm happy for ASAP, innit? Like
the women like ASAP.
He's so beautiful.
The two most important people in ASAP life, sorry.
You've had a few.
Skepta and Rihanna, innit?
I'm ready for a new ASAP album, though. I'll be real.
Yeah.
I've always been an ASAP fan.
I'm not.
I hear it. He's not for everyone.
No.
Wait. Hey, man's about to load up the hate. I put yours down.
Hey, chill out.
Release the hate.
The thing is, I'm not saying that I'm not an ASAP fan. I'm just saying that I'm not necessarily looking forward to a new ASAP album right now.
I hear it.
I would like to hear something from the mob, the collective.
Nah.
Once,
right, that's hate, boy. That's peak hate. You know, man said hate. Nah,
you can
in unison.
You know, model mains and that, but you know, not trying to.
Yeah. I'll be real, yeah. Just certain groups, mobs, whatever you want to call it. You just got weaklings in there. Like, there's only 2 or 3 that are really good majority of the time. The rest of the guys in there, they're just there because they happen to know people. Let's be honest.
When my man passed away, like I felt
ASAP
like
Yams. It took a bit away from them.
It kind of, I think he kept them together, and he like was able to orchestrate that movement better than anyone else. And
once the group's that big as well, it's hard because it's like ASAP's the guy, and then there'll be a little bit of his career where like you are the guys next to the guy. ASAP Ferg managed to step out of the limelight a little bit and have a little bit of his own career and songs and stuff and a bit of his own movement energy.
Rocky was just ascending when Yams passed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, first album dropped. I remember the Goldie video when them two are in the whip.
New energy, yeah.
And I was just like, yo, this is cold. I love the movement. The music that they're making is sick. I trekked to Birmingham to an ASAP Rocky show.
Wow.
When he first had his main,
from trekking to Birmingham to just not being a fan.
I mean, do you know what? After a while, it's just like, all right, cool.
I think he got lost in the fashion world a little bit too much.
I hear it, man.
In my opinion.
But it also goes down to like whatever the individual wants, because sometimes maybe he just wanted to do fashion, and
that's fair.
Rap could have actually been the
and fashion might be paying more.
It might be,
because a lot of musicians like
they don't make good money.
Your music just becomes it's an extension of the brand, isn't it? Like you just now it's like I can do more things.
He was slipping on semen in Rikers, like to, you know.
I want to correct something about that story. Yeah, like it sounds brazy, yeah, but all he was saying, he didn't tell the story properly. People were like jacking off in the shower beforehand, innit? That's what it was, and they went there to fight a man slipping in semen, innit?
Yeah, but you could have left that one out.
Like. The explanation doesn't make it.
But you want
you're in jail. Clearing up?
I'm gonna clear up that they were jacking off in the.
We know that's where he was.
Are you good?
No, but I feel like when people retell the story, like it's funny because obviously ASAP Ferg's face. It's like, see, like when we first watched the video, us and ASAP Ferg are all like, it feels like we're all hearing for the first time, innit?
Yeah, because like, you know, when like sometimes your boy may exaggerate stuff, when people are around.
That's not how it went
You never told us this story,
Yeah.
but as soon as the cameras came on, all of a sudden now you're slipping on semen. You didn't. You missed out this part.
Mid-fight.
I'm moving on for this part.
Yeah, you've like so many times.
It's a Rap Radar interview with ASAP
Yeah.
talking about being in jail with Casanova and stuff, innit? So, but yeah, no. So, what other songs and moments on the album did we enjoy and
I
like?
liked What Would Pluto Do?
Okay,
That sounded like it came from a Her Loss session.
right.
I mean,
It definitely did. That definitely did.
that's 11 songs in. I didn't make it that far, man.
Do you know what? I'd listen to like it in parts. Like I usually listen to albums all the way through, especially when they first drop.
Yeah,
This one I was just like,
it's a long project though as well. Innit?
And then when he got to the song with Sexy Red, I was like, I'm switching this off for today.
Hands on your knees, let that coochie breathe.
I hate the fact that I like Sexy Red.
Bro, I just got a soft spot.
Do you know what I was out? I was out on
remix
Saturday,
of-
and Ski came on, and I was like, you know what? It's a hit.
Have you heard the Yahuza remix of Ski?
Oh yeah, it's,
Yes.
it's cold.
It
Yeah.
is
We might have to play it
one
before we leave.
of the
I swear.
best things
Yahoo,
ever.
oh, ski,
ever.
oh.
That is incredible.
The way Afrobeats is creeping through America.
Yeah, we're taking over, man.
Yeah.
I see Ghana on the Afrobeat song.
Ghana.
I remember Ghana.
I remember when me and Ghana. Me and Ghana.
And
man is
Baby
insane.
was in the
And baby,
Man is
alright, so I
mad.
had to all the Afrobeats artists. 24th of June. Aye, the accent, like, it's hilarious, man.
Nah, that's funny.
Okay, cool. I had a couple of questions before we get off Drake here in regards to like the album, yeah. So let's get to the criticism. So obviously JoeBudden had the breakdown on, I think, like last week's podcast. Obviously, when you're listening to the podcast, by now he should have responded to Drake, responded to him on the next episode. But he did a review of the album, and I actually listened to the whole thing, that whole first hour, and he actually wasn't that scathing. It's just that clip that got put out. Drake seemed to respond to, innit?
I just knew that these man were gonna, because they've been looking forward to this project for a while. So you can hear the disappointment. Like they still said that they liked it, but just they felt let down.
Chrissy, can you in your best HR voice read out this response from Drake to JoeBudden's criticism?
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, no pressure.
Let me take a sip.
Like obviously I had a small mistake earlier, so if you want to insert a mistake, bare pressure, boy.
You have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you're doing in this clip because that's what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter. Wait, a quitter give their, what? English. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke, living check to check, and the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty Aniche jeans to screw up their faces to Mood Music 29 and pretend that you were the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is a poster child of frustration and surrender. You retired and we never hung up your jersey and we don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this.
That was a bar still.
You withdrew from rap, not because you accomplished all you need to. It's because it's not working for you. I never want anyone in generations to think that the whole everyone's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact that I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need it put in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions.
I mean, first class ain't bad. I'd love to fly.
Man said,
first class on that.
screw you, I've got a plane. That's literally what I heard.
Do you know what it is? As a closing bar
you're
for
not
that? No, but you sound amazing with
No,
time
you did
when
really
speak.
well.
Okay,
Like,
thank you.
It's
sound
like
amazing.
act like you've been there before,
That
man.
was
You've been
great.
talking
Thank you.
eloquently, man.
Okay.
It's nothing
Thank
new,
you.
man. Chill out, man. What's going on over there to my left?
She asked for a compliment and you
come
gave
on.
her everything
I
but a
don't
compliment.
fish, man.
He's my biggest op. He's actually my biggest op.
I don't fish, man. We're meant to win each other's side on this couch, man. Come on,
Don't
man.
beg.
Cool.
It's
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting. Oh my
Nah,
god.
man. Kano, what a performance.
Yeah. As a closing bar, it don't slap for me because that shows that you're pressed, bro. Man said I got a jet. I got a plane.
Yeah, I'm richer than you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like,
And as a response to critique of your music, you seem pressed.
I feel like, and this is one thing that's bugged me about a lot of UK artists, in terms of having platforms where people are allowed to discuss music and you might not like it. So I'll always use the example of football. Football's the best way to explain it. So I'm an Arsenal fan, right? And Theo Walcott scored 100 plus goals for Arsenal, but he wasn't the greatest thing to happen to Arsenal Football Club. I'm sure Theo Walcott is a very, very nice guy. However, for his job, there were days where I hated him. There were days where I thought you are terrible, you shouldn't be playing. Doesn't mean you are not a nice person. And I think when you apply that to music, I'm not criticizing you as an individual. I'm criticizing or having an opinion on the art that you've decided to create.
Yeah.
And if you're going to put something out into the world in the same way I might create content, someone will listen to this podcast and say, I didn't like this or I didn't like that. If you're going to put things out into the world, you can't expect everybody to kiss your ass and just be a yes man around you. Yeah. Because then you do get into situations where the music that you put out, the content you put out isn't evolving. It just sounds the same. Like, critique is okay. People are allowed and entitled to have opinions. So when he says things like that, I'm like, to type that paragraph, it is giving pressed, man.
Yeah. Do you know what it is, yeah? It definitely giving pressed. You are, what's the Erykah Badu about, like, artists being emotional about their shit? What's the line? I think it's her that said it, right? I'm an artist, I'm sensitive about my stuff, innit? Like, it's your art, you're allowed to be sensitive. But I think there's that coupled with, there's been a weird energy between JoeBudden and Drake for a long time.
But JoeBudden's a fan of Drake, that's the thing.
He absolutely is.
He's a
but it's only a fan that will sit down and spend about the best part of an hour of their podcast and damn near 95% of it actually saying positive things about the project. And then you as an artist, because we live in a clips generation, you see a clip and react to it without getting the totality of the conversation. Because if he hasn't listened to the whole thing.
No, definitely.
For him to respond like this, there's no way.
Even like in weeks coming up to this, it was just like, I don't care about anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for this release.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, cool. When you know that what you've delivered is aligning with some of the critique that you're getting, it's the reason why you're writing these paragraphs. And the thing is that, like, when I was saying that it's uninspired, is because, like, I'm hearing a lot more lazier lines than I would have from him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've given us your capabilities, like, you've shown us, like, what you can actually do.
You make me want to cuff you like the law. Come on, man. On site like .com.
But Lil Wayne did say, woo, 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 woo.
On site like .com. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Come on, Drake.
But then it's your point about the yes men thing. If Kevin Durant and Little Yachty are your listening ears and, like, your litmus test for what's good,
Bruh,
you're going to get those things happen. So sometimes some of it is like the issue. Sometimes you've had the gigs before. I'm like, who's around you listening to this music and, like, saying this is good? Because I don't even all the way blame it and put it on the artist, because you can get stuck in your bubble a little bit, and then, but if the people around you aren't being brutally honest, or
that's
like,
the thing, like, it is hard, because who's gonna turn around to Drake and say, that might not be the one, you know?
A real nigga.
It's true, but then
Kevin Durant as the executive producer, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Donnie,
it's
that should be
it's like Assad
focusing.
being the executive producer of DJ Khaled's stuff. It's like, it's there to say it's there, but I don't really know how involved.
I understand that Assad thing, because obviously, the publishing, you're always going to eat that way, right?
Yeah.
But Kevin Durant is like, I don't know, man, me getting, I don't know.
Saka.
Yeah, Saka to come in executive producer.
No, it's like you going to get Michael Venom Page to produce the podcast for us and that. Like, it's not your world like that. We don't know you, fella. It's not a diss because of his MVP
like
headlock and that in 2 seconds.
Hey,
it's like, it's not your world, innit? It's just more of like, and as well, even if that's a world you're trying to get into, because Shaquille O'Neal was in music, like, cool. Go and earn your stripes as well. I get it. Because of who you are, you're allowed to start a lot higher, innit? Because you're Kevin Durant. But also, I'm Drake, innit? Really and truthfully, you should kind of be honored to be in this space a little bit as well. Don't fan out for fan out when it's time to go and watch him at the basketball match and sit in the front row. But when it's time for studio time and you give me your opinion, like when LeBron was trying to do hip hop A&R, I'm sorry, you don't even know the lyrics, bro. We've seen you on Instagram.
I'm a thief in the night.
I'm a thief in the night. I'm a thief in the night. Nice, a thief in the night, like 2 seconds too early.
The thing is, he didn't have to upload that video as well, you know? Yeah. He could have looked at it and said, okay, let me just...
But it is, we'll never have this moment if he didn't. So thank you, LeBron.
Yeah, but he's a pathological liar, we know that.
Yeah, it's fine though, isn't it? Lie a little bit, man.
It's like, I've been reading this book, like this Malcolm X book. It's like, oh yeah, so what's your favorite part? Like,
mind your business.
The beginning.
It was
The
like,
title.
yeah, and he just started reading it, but like, he's a very smart man.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What a great takeaway.
I think it's a good thing that we mentioned LeBron and Drake to the people in the world, because there are certain individuals that are just unhinged. When you get to that level of success,
What are you saying, Delulu?
the Lulu, it's the Kanye's and the Michael Jordans, and I know we're going to talk about it, but like the David Beckhams, the Cristiano Ronaldos, Serena Williams, there are just certain people that are in that 0.001% where you kind of can't tell them anything because they are so deluded to a point where they're like, I'm him or I'm her. So whether you like it or not, I'm going to fucking do what the hell I want.
But someone in their life plays, there is someone, it might be someone that's like, person that's producing the music in regards to like the actual production of
So
the person that's in this.
what's it 40?
Yeah,
where's
he's
Noah
there, bro.
Yeah.
in all of this.
But you just want to go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Go on.
They said you want to got a hair transplant.
Okay.
What?
Don't do that. See that's unnecessary.
I thought that's what you were
No,
gonna say.
I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that,
I thought
man.
you were siding with Pusha T and like guys with hair and that.
Yeah. We got sidetracked to that. But I wanted to get back to the Joe Budden thing, yeah? So how do you feel about like artists responding to criticism? So you were like, you know what? You put art out there. I don't know if you answer Vans. How do you feel? Is this just an artist like, you know what? You spoke active speak as well.
I didn't agree with that bit in that caption where he said, the generation of like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I understand why you're upset, but yes, everyone is entitled, especially like when you are one of the most famous musicians in the entire world.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? People are gonna come out and say stuff, have an opinion, and it can't all be praise.
And you can't diss mood music when you're on record as like loving Joe Budden. They had a decent relationship early doors. Like he was very open about like Drake's weird. Even on the album, I think there's a line he dissed Kanye about bowing down.
Yeah,
you're on. We've got footage of you like bowing for Kanye. So I don't understand.
Drake might also be a pathological liar as well. So
Yeah,
You were serving Jay-Z and Beyonce drinks front row at a basketball game.
yeah. So there's some bits I don't get. And like, you know what? Yeah,
He was cussing his weight as well.
yeah.
He was sending for Kanye's
450 people to come and watch you. Yeah, ain't bad, bro. If 450 people come watch me now for the podcast,
That's a headline show.
I'm not gonna diss their jeans, bro. I'm not mad at it. Like, thank you, man, for coming out to see us.
I'm
So,
happy he's taken a break. I feel like it's been long overdue for a while. Like,
can he take a break?
Yes.
I don't think he can because he's not ever done it really. I think he always needs to have.
I think he can. You can dictate that, and if you're good enough, you can come back.
I guess so,
But
but
Because you're not the
scared of
artist. Because you're not the only artist that takes a break.
But you know what it is? I actually think at the same time he enjoys going on tour. He enjoys an album roller. I think it's so ingrained in who he is.
Is he
actually
enjoying
doesn't
it?
have a life outside of it.
I don't know if he's enjoying it. Like, it's all this and this. Everyone's just giving their perspective. But I don't think the last couple of years, because you've got all this pressure. Like, I've got to fulfill. Now I've really got the money. I haven't got anyone's like in between me. I'm going direct to the plug. It's pressure in it, and you've got to deliver. Maybe you've not delivered from a critical acclaim point of view, but we deliver numbers wise. I need to go and chill out a little bit, and maybe I've come to the end of my obligation.
Go Turks and Caicos, man. Just
He loves it there. Go somewhere else. Where like,
Man's hating on the
there's-
location. Man said go somewhere else.
go somewhere else.
he's got a plane, you don't.
No, man, I don't like that response because everyone's not as rich as you, Drake. Like what?
Yeah, I hate that. It's just flexing your chain, isn't it, man?
Yeah.
I said I've got the old team.
And at the end of the
Yeah, but then
day,
you
okay, cool. What if Joe Budden, when Joe Budden wanted to dance with you when it comes to the diss songs and that, Drake didn't really want no smoke. He didn't though.
Yeah,
and he
but
shot his
it's
shot
like-
first when he like the pump it up, the song with French Montana.
Yeah, but there's certain people that like, you just don't respond to like that.
I get it. But then don't respond to him at all then. Because what you've done now as well is you validate his opinion. Because this is the issue for me. You respond on IG, you then delete it. In a social media world, it might not make sense.
Someone's seen it.
That's an L.
Yeah.
You then deleted it. You now have both your dads, baby and your real dad, on IG going mad. And your dad's making things worse, talking about, if she's of the legal age, it's not an issue. Let me get the quote his dad put on the gram, yeah? In response to critique that he's been getting, his son's been getting, he said,
The critique was stop fucking these 25-year-olds.
It's a fucking shame that a young artist can't do his own thing and enjoy his glory without an old hater motherfucker trying to bust his bubble because he has nothing going on, and to mention or put a limit on what age anyone should be dealing with, which is none of your goddamn business. As long as they're of legal age, I am sick of these old fucking haters fucking with my son. If you don't like what he does, keep it moving, motherfucker. He's not bothering you. In response to them saying your son needs to stop hanging around with 25-year-olds.
And plus, JoeBudden's only like 5 years older. Knock it off.
You know, JoeBudden, like, he was out of Kaylin Garcia. Like, let's not get crazy.
No, I'm saying, like, when they're saying...
I'll show you, Nigel.
When they're saying that, they're calling
old people,
JoeBudden an old hater.
Yeah.
He's only, like, what, 5 years different.
But it shows
like,
that you're not tapped in, and you're saying, like people that haven't got things going on. Like,
you're in the same age bracket in the application form.
But people are using the same rebuttal as well, because everyone's like, but no one's telling Future to change the content of his music because he's still rapping about the same things. And I swear Future's like 40 now, isn't it?
But it's also heavy as a head. When you are Drake, you have a different level of expectation on you, and also you're not necessarily a street artist like Future. It's backwards. When you're street artist, we allow you to like the culture and keeps you young. You're allowed to be young when you're
out
street
there doing
artist.
Tootsie Slide and all the rest of it.
Yeah, so like, yeah, you're Drake, innit? So yeah, about to be 37, chopping the 25-year-olds maybe isn't the best look, but some people might disagree, you know. So I don't know, innit? But
I think the break
you know what it is, even if it was good message, wrong messenger, because JoeBudden falls under that category as well.
Yeah, but I think in what he's saying, it's like it's bleeding out into your content, and we can see it, and that's where the critique.
Oh, because you're trying to appeal to a younger audience.
Yeah, this
because
is
you're hanging out with the youngsters.
This is like the body of the critique.
Okay. Do you just think it's just touched a nerve?
Yeah,
because you know, like if things didn't touch a nerve, you wouldn't really react to them. But if you're hearing it from multiple angles and you're thinking, rah, people genuinely think this. Feeling a type of way
if
to
you
respond.
know it's someone that people like, they respect his musical opinion or his music takes, it's gonna rattle him even more. And he acknowledges that a lot of people listen to Joe's music takes, especially when Drake drops, is like where people tune in the most.
Which is why you shouldn't have responded, because you validated the opinion. Remember when Wale got upset at Complex, and I think Jay's told him off, like, you're validating them by giving it to him. And at worst case scenario, responding in music, because you kind of control that narrative a lot more. Like an angry rant, even though, like, yes, there was a couple bars here or there, there's a couple spaces in that rant that Chrissy read out where I'm like, yeah, you could have left that bar out. Like the NEJG thing, okay, it's cool. Mood music 45, you love mood music, so it's like, you know, like, you're part of that audience. And one could kind of argue the kind of like bearing your soul type raps that JoeBudden had kind of inspired someone like Drake. Drake's actually said that he used to rap like Budden. He inspired him. So
I saw a clip of
you can't diss the person that kind of inspired you or created a space where people can be that introspective. You know,
it reminds me of Charlemagne and Birdman, where Charlemagne's just like, I'm just a radio guy. I'm just what's it called? Keep my name out of your mouth.
But I wasn't mad at that though, because if you didn't pull up on, if you didn't pull up on Rick Ross or Trick Daddy, don't pull up on me like that with all the gangsters. Do you know who was in the back of that video? Remember who's the guy down south, Rollo, that's in jail now for like shipping all the drugs on the private jets. He's in the back of that video when Birdman's in the radio station. So you really had some guys behind him in that. But
y'all finished?
Y'all done? And even he's on the gram now saying, stop playing with my man and all this and gangster this, gangster that. I know I don't care, man.
Drewski.
Oh, did he do that?
Yeah, he's going crazy, bro. He's even getting like Drewski. And then Drewski posted one video of one butch stud lesbian, that looks just like Birdman. Hilarious, man. You're a comedian. Go for the funnies, bro. Don't step into a comedian's lane, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to cook you. You're old, bro. Stay off the ground, man.
He's too smart as well, man. He knows just how to navigate these things really, really.
Do you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Jay Pritz to step in. If he says something on the gram, it's just like, it's bad. Because why do you need all these guys stepping in for you?
Mob ties.
Yeah.
Sick of these niggas.
Don't go Houston, bro. Don't get caught in Houston.
I'm gonna listen to Scorpio when Scorpio.
Don't make me go to Houston.
I'm listening to that on the way home, man. That was a very, very good album. I mean, in terms of recent albums, it's one of my favorites.
My point was just that it was better. It's better than this. I don't think it was a very, very good album, but
the thing is,
that shows you how low standards have dropped.
In the past 5 years of everything that he's dropped, if he can just pluck like 2 or 3 songs from each of those projects, you would get a very good album. Yeah, but he just wanted to do everything.
So you guys answer. You think he can take a break? Yeah,
I would like him to take a break. Yeah,
take that break. Sort out your lipo issues. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you'll be calm.
How do you feel about the man them getting cosmetic enhancements?
That was very good.
That was a good pivot.
Get the hairline.
Okay.
That's where it stops.
Go, man.
Hairline. What about teeth?
Teeth, all of that.
Stay neck up.
The veneers thing is crazy though, man. They be looking like they're shining all 75.
Like
Shining,
T.I.'s.
shining,
Like
shining,
T.I.'s son.
shining.
Have you seen T.I.'s son's
all of this
teeth?
money.
It's like, do you want some teeth with that mouth, bro?
Bro. Hey, yo.
We don't know. This is a pause-free zone, man. Like, you're good, man.
Alright, cool.
Get your jokes off, man.
So the wife for that one.
No. You're good, man. Young spray around the corner, man. You're good, man.
I'm like, do you want some teeth with that mouth? Because there is a lot going up in the jaw region, bro.
It's a lot.
There's just so many of them, and they're so bright.
Yeah, like.
I'm not against the man them getting cosmetic. Like, listen, everyone's got their own personal kind
Get the
of...
composite bonding or something else.
Nah, but if you want to...
I
Invisalign.
thought you was gonna fuck up and say compost. If you said compost, I was about to walk out, bro. Like,
Have you seen the thing that
bro.
man them, well, not man them, but someone did where they got like their joints extended.
or the knee
So
length
he
in it.
went
Sorry.
from like a
Be guided, man.
5'7" to like a 5'11", and I was like,
Nah, just
But then your
you're
arms
not even
aren't
6
here.
foot.
you're still not taller than me. Like, what's going on?
But more than anything, it's like on a serious one, the health implications later in the life because
Just be happy with, like, you know, God gave you this height for a reason.
hey, chill out, man.
Spoken like a true tall man.
Like, let the personality shine.
Yeah,
And get you to the 6th region.
to the promised land.
To the 6th.
Six. Yeah, there's certain things just leave for the girls. I was just saying that just because Drake has those accusations. They're now saying Moneybagg Yo has gone to go and get his body done.
They're
And
saying
they're doing
Dre
the,
done it.
Yeah,
They're saying Kanye done it.
but I think he came out and said he was open. Yeah,
you know.
One thing Kanye, he will tell you the truth, innit?
Yeah,
Without even asking for
Get the
information,
lipo.
he'll give
Yeah.
you all the
Get the
information.
lipo, bro. Like, but I'm not for that.
Do you remember when Funk Flex was on live on like Instagram and they were doing the thing and they sucking the fat of his stomach?
We went to
Excuse
Mr.
me?
Miami to do
This
that.
is-
Yeah.
This is news to me.
He was on live on Instagram. They did like he didn't hide his thing. Funk Flex used to be like massive, innit?
Man, are doing nip and tuck.
What, sorry?
He got lipo.
Online.
As you get older, weight is harder to shift, innit?
Yeah, but like, what are your lifestyle choices?
On live.
Eating inya every day.
Yeah, it's a lot, innit?
Abula every day.
Abula.
Skipping cardio at the gym. Do cardio.
But shoulders, innit?
You man just want to be tanks. That's all.
So wait, man did this on Instagram Live. I
Yeah, no,
missed this.
it's things are changing, innit?
Damn.
Things are changing, innit? So
Yeah,
Things
do you know
are
what? I'm not
up
all the way there yet for that. But like, if you wanna, you know, the
Do what you gotta
teeth,
do in it, man. But
the
That's
hairline
just funny, man.
joints.
If you wanna, you know,
If you wanna get that, then do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But
But speaking of someone that doesn't
go
need
gym first, innit?
enhancements, I think this is like, it's in a weird way, it's like the man them's crush.